taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
Well, they certainly are, and let's face it. Every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the number 1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. It rips off a nice run there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. From the gun, they'll try to run it. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, LA. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Rams are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Jake Moody now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and a long run there in the end to top it off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game, without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. The gain that time, 13 yards to reset him 1st and 10.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Bijan Robinson. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
hands it off out of the gun.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
They'll set up to throw.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On to the second quarter, Mexico City in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. Those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Saunders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams are an extra point away from drawing level. Moody good with the extra point.
And we are tied at 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
They'll set up a throw. Looking deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
77 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 2nd and 5. They'll drop to throw. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw again. His throw incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now 3rd down and very long. He'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
What was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game too, having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
A 4-5 battle that ought to be a tight one, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon God.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the 2nd half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, Most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5. Checks this one down to Robinson. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Skirts by him at the 35. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Robinson on a give right side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Xavier Worthy
From 21 yards away.
And the Falcons have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just letting you know, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other. And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
3rd and 8.
He'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks.
Get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
The Falcons offense set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Rolling to his right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw here. And that's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
And that's going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Falcon football. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Second and 6.
Again, it's Robinson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
On third down, Robinson. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Second and 6. Short throw caught by Pitts.
And out of bounds right around the 20. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal. They'll set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. They're going to look to throw.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it third and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They'll look to throw again. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Here's 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
But you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Back to throw.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He's back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Rams 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
He finds his man complete. That's Saunders. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. 64 yards.
And the Rams use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point.
So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So all eyes on the Falcons. Down by a field goal, 1:09 to play. A field goal could get this playoff game to overtime, but this crowd, they are going to make it tough as they line up 1st and 10. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete.
Now 2nd and 4.
It's the pick up of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson.
And he'll have a quick 1st down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Mexico City.
They'll look to throw.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down.
Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away there.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. And a disappointing way to close out the season.